Yeah, 12 years after Pokemon X and Y came out, we finally get Pokemon Z. Kind of. Pokémon Legends ZA. So Pokémon Legends ZA is the second Pokémon Legends game. After Legends Arceus came out a few years ago and completely crushed, people went nuts over that game, and not gonna lie, I still haven't beaten the post-game. The post-game in that game is really hard. But now we have Legends ZA, and it actually takes place 5 years after the events of Pokemon X and Y, which... disclaimer, I never actually played either of those. Those came out actually during my break from Pokemon games. My brother played X, I just never did. But Legends ZA takes place just in Lumiose City in the Kalos region, where X and Y took place. It's Generation 6. But something's going on with Prism Tower. There are these weird energy readings going off, and wild Pokemon are randomly just mega evolving by themselves. They call it Rogue Mega Evolution, because it's not supposed to happen, so we gotta put a stop to it. You find yourself among a team of young trainers staying at a hotel called Hotel Z, run by AZ, who's 3,000 years old, and we're gonna solve this mystery of Rogue Mega Evolution. To be honest, this game has its good and bad, like most Pokemon games that have come out lately. Pretty much ever since the Let's Go games. First off, the characters. This is my character. Babe and I designed him together. Looks pretty cool, I think. Your main buddy character in this game is Tawny. That is, if you play as a guy. If you play as a girl, I heard it's someone different. But Tawny is fine, I guess. It's kind of funny, like, you first arrive at Lumiose City, and you just kind of run into her, and she's like, alright, you're with us now. It's like she kidnaps you. It was weird. But she's, you know, the typical gung-ho, like, yeah, we're gonna save the city type. The other members of Team MZ I didn't really care for. I didn't like their whole team friend dynamic. It's pretty standard. At a point I was like, okay, team meetings, I get it. Let's just get on with the gameplay, you know, the fun stuff. AZ is interesting though, because he's like 8 feet tall. He's the one who's like, he's a good guy, but he's got a lot of mystery around him. I heard he was also in X and Y, but again, I haven't played those, so this is the first time I'm seeing him. The game actually does tie into the events of Pokemon X and Y, making this pretty much a sequel to those games. It's actually pretty cool, because characters from Team Flare start showing up. Team Flare was the evil team in X and Y. Characters like Lysander, who was the leader of Team Flare, he now just goes by L. Yeah, apparently he lived through the events of X and Y. He's cool though, he's an interesting character. The graphics in this game are actually not too bad. I mean, we all know that for a Pokemon game, they could be better. Game Freak just decides not to go that extra mile for some reason. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't have like those weird blades of grass that Scarvi did, but you know, it still has low texture ground sometimes. Could be better. Now, for the first like main series core Pokemon game that takes place in just one city, there's actually a lot to do and a lot to see. The way you catch wild Pokemon is that there are these sections in the city called Wild Zones. That's where you can go inside and catch wild Pokemon. You can battle them with who you have, or you can just throw a random Pokeball at them without having to fight them, like you could in Legends Arceus. And the battle system is different too. It's not turn-based like most core Pokemon games. No, you actually fight in real time. You're running around and sometimes Pokemon can attack you directly, so you have to jump and roll out of the way. Keeps the pace very intense. I actually like that a lot, and that's how the battles work. In this game taking place in Kalos, that means Mega Evolution is back. They introduce a whole new slew of Mega Evolutions, most of which look pretty silly and stupid. I mean, come on, Victreebel, Scrafty, Starmie? Seriously, what was up with that? As a joke. The hardest thing to do in the game are these rogue Mega Evolution fights. They're part of the main story, and again, you're in these like arena type things, and you're running around and these giant rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon are attacking you. I blacked out a couple of times in these fights, because they're hard. Getting around the city is pretty fun though, because you can climb up ladders to the rooftops. There's like an element of parkour involved, kind of. You can jump across rooftops with a roto-glide, and the quote-unquote dialogue choices are back. What's up with these? I mean, seriously. I never understood that. Like, they both lead to the same outcome. The choices, they mean the same thing. So, like, why? Why even do that? I don't get it. Now, one of the biggest things about this game is that when night falls, that triggers this thing called the ZA Royale. It's an integral part of the story. It's pretty much the gym challenge. Every night, there's a battle zone that appears in a random spot in the city. You go there, you battle trainers, and you build up your rank. You start at rank Z, then you go to Y and X, and you go up the alphabet. Bummer is, though, is that at some point in the story, you battle someone to up your rank, but it skips a bunch of letters. You go from, like, rank W to rank F. I was like, what? Babe and I were actually both floored by that. We were like, well, that was really disappointing. I was looking forward to climbing up all the ranks with all the letters, all 26 letters of the alphabet. You're telling me now I'm skipping a bunch of letters? That sucks. I get that maybe climbing up each and every letter would make the game feel a little tedious, but maybe go from W to like P or something, or O. Just a few letters, you know, not like a whole bunch, not like a third of the alphabet. That was just really disappointing, dude. So that was a minus point for this game for me, and a big one at that. But that being said, the main story of this game is entertaining enough, especially at the end, you know, it gets really epic, like all Pokemon games do. This isn't like the most epic thing I've ever seen. It's not like the world is in danger in this game, just the city of Lumiose. I'm used to main series Pokemon games being, you know, world-ending catastrophes. Like Team Galactic and Diamond and Pearl wanted to destroy the world and build a new one. Sun and Moon Luzamine wanted to fuse herself with an Ultra Beast. That was insane. The climax of this game does something similar-ish. Well, okay, I mean something to that scale, I mean. But just for the city, not the world. So it felt smaller scale, which this whole game really does compared to other main series Pokemon games. Because it just takes place in one city. It's a big city, but just one city. There are a lot of side quests to keep you busy while you're playing the main story and afterwards. You go up to someone with an exclamation mark above their head, and it's usually either a battle or you're presenting them with a Pokemon or whatever. They're fun and you get little item rewards for them, and there's a ton of them in this game, and that's cool. I enjoy doing the side quests enough, but you know, like most side quests in most games, they get tedious and repetitive after a while. I still do them though. And just like in Legends Arceus, the post-game story is very hard. Alright, it's not that hard. I'm on my way to beating it. I haven't gotten there yet. I just lost a big fight. I gotta train up and try again. But I'm totally willing to do that though. I'm probably gonna stay on this game at least until November 20th when Kirby Air Riders comes out, because then Babe and I are gonna be on that. But for now, I'm having fun playing this game. You wanna see my team? Here it is. Feraligatr, Gardevoir, Chestnut, Aegislash, Hippowdon, and Charizard. Pretty solid team if I do say so myself, and those names are of course badass too. I got them as I went along. I didn't plan this team in advance. And yeah, no electric types, because if I can't have a Magnemite and Magnezone on my team, I just don't want an electric type. It's that simple. The music in this game is good in some cases, boring in some other cases. The main theme, I would say, of this game is kind of a variation on a theme from X and Y. That da 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 da. That's the main city theme, and it was cool. I remember that music from Smash Brothers, but after a while of playing the game, you're roaming around the city and you're like, alright, I could go for a different track now. Couldn't be like Mario Kart World and just have different music all the time? Really? So eventually I just turned off the background music, which I'm glad I can do in this game, because it got annoying. So in the end, Pokémon Legends ZA, it's fun. It's not nearly the best Pokémon game ever. In fact, I would say overall, Legends Arceus is better than this game. But I do like the setting, I do like the gameplay, I love battling, I love my team. It's just fun to play. That's how Pokemon games work. I haven't gotten that $30 DLC Mega Dimension yet, because I'm not ready to spend $30 on that, even though I think the Mega Raichu forms actually look pretty cool, but we'll see what happens. Is the game worth $60, $70, or $80? I don't think so, personally. So I would say if it ever goes on sale, like at GameStop or something, I'd say pick it up then, because then I think it'll be worth it. So, Pokémon Legends ZA. Have you played it yet? Have you beaten it? What are your thoughts on it? And which do you like better, this or Legends Arceus? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Now, if you'll excuse me, Babe and I gotta watch Frankenstein next. And Babe, he's read the original book, so he's gonna have a thing or two to say about it. Should make for an interesting time. That's gonna be my next video, so be here for that. Peace!